Today on Ask Miyazaki, we talk about why ad campaigns keep pushing over the edge of acceptability, what chief marketing officers will need to know during the next 5 years, and how to bring an established company into the world of social media. Kirsten asks, will a future CMO need extensive skills in machine learning, data mining, etc.? Kirsten, this is one of the most relevant questions that anyone in marketing could ask, whether that person has already reached the chief marketing officer level or not. And the answer is that although future CMOs will not need extensive skills in machine learning, data mining, artificial intelligence, and statistics, they will need to have a strong grasp on data analytics and marketing automation. If someone's view of data analytics is the basic Google Analytics, look at our nifty set of graphs pages, they will never be effective marketing leaders, especially 5 or 10 years from now. The ability of marketers and consumers, that's both sellers and buyers, to collect, store, and analyze data will make future decision-making more information-based than ever before. And anyone who understands communication and leadership and influence and decision-making and decision modeling knows that those who have the greatest grasp on the information will end up being those who drive the future of the industry. Marketing automation is another key skill to build. The ability to scale effective marketing processes will require some degree of marketing automation. Now, this does not mean that in the future, marketers will just push a button on their computer or their smartphone or their heads, and the algorithms will just automatically find their target markets and magically make sales. But it does mean that the processes of data gathering and data analysis will become more automated, so that a greater amount of more useful information will be available to marketers to make their decisions. Of course, this leads to the question as to why won't data analysts become the new CMOs? And the answer is simple. Analytics without understanding is grossly limited in its ability to predict the ever-changing nature of future human behavior. We need to marry data analytics and marketing automation with psychology, sociology, anthropology, and economics in order to understand our target audiences so that we as marketers can serve them better. Stephen asks, why do you think that ad campaigns that subvert our expectations of what is traditionally thought of as advertising have garnered such a widespread appeal and attention in today's society? It's true that our conceptions of advertising are gradually changing over time, and much of this is being caused by marketers who are pushing us over the edge of what we thought was typical or acceptable advertising. There seems to be 2 reasons for these innovations in advertising. First, the clutter of marketing messaging is at all-time highs. Researchers estimate that the typical American consumer is exposed to between 4,000 and 10,000 ads per day. But obviously we can't pay attention to all those ads and all that messaging. So brands fight to stand out from the crowd to get their messaging heard by creating new twists of old advertising methods or even inventing new methods or channels altogether. Sometimes they work, and sometimes they push too hard and are criticized for invading our privacy or being too pushy or polluting our visual or auditory landscape. But in the end, even when a particular innovative campaign is deemed unsuccessful, it still helps to create a new normal and opens the door for similar innovation. The second reason for these innovations in advertising is the advancement of technology. The ability to collect, analyze, and use data to target audiences not only down to the individual, but down to individual moments is a huge driver in advertising innovation. Online tracking merged with third-party databases and predictive modeling have pushed us to the point where marketers can target individual moments, such as when during the day or hour or minute or interaction you're more likely to respond positively or negatively to a particular type of message, which is moving behavioral advertising to the next level. With new technology comes new ways that marketers will attempt to deliver their messages, which again will begin to erode what we previously thought of as the norm in advertising. Yes, it's a bit scary, but for marketers, the next 5 to 10 years will be considerably fast-paced as technology fuses even more with advertising, sales, and product improvement. Michael asks, what would be your number one tip for an established service company who has never used social media marketing? I know a lot of you will be surprised to hear that what Michael is asking about is actually still a fairly common situation for service companies, especially those that are focused on the B2B market space. It's not that these companies are laggards with respect to adopting new technology or new ideas, but only that they may not have seen the value yet of moving into the social media arena. This is particularly true if their sales have been growing over the past decade or so, that social media has really started to become a commonality among so many organizations. The hard part of entering into social is that it often doesn't fit very easily with the current advertising and communication functions that the organization has been experiencing. As a result, it tends to be an extra task that isn't connected to the marketing, advertising, and communication goals of the firm. Now, you all know that it's tough for me to give just one number one tip for pretty much anything, but I'm going to try my hardest to stick to just one in this case. So, my number one tip for an established company to start using social media marketing is full integration from day one. What I mean by this is that after exploring where your various customers and audiences are participating and watching on social media, you need to integrate the opportunities of social media into all of your marketing, communications, and advertising strategies. Determine how social media can spread the word about your brand, not just to build brand awareness, but to build brand equity through a stronger brand image. You can also consider how social media can be used to communicate with your current customers and business partners in a way that reduces other communication channel expenses. And finally, keep in mind that there should be measurable returns on any investments that will satisfy marketing objectives. If you integrate social media into your marketing, communication, and advertising goals and processes, it will never be something that will have its value questioned, because it will unquestionably become something of value in reaching your overall business goals. That's it for the day. Thank you very much for the questions. I always appreciate them. If you have questions about digital marketing, personal branding, social media marketing, marketing analytics, or anything related, tweet them with Twitter using the hashtag #AskMiyazaki. If you have not already subscribed, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss future episodes of Ask Miyazaki, Monday's Marketing Minute, or whatever else comes your way. And have a great day.